We are coming on the air tonight with dramatic new body cam video showing the exact moment a police officer climbed onto the roof where a would-be assassin was getting ready to open fire on former President Trump. Want to show it to you here. This is the video I'm talking about, showing a Butler Township, Pennsylvania police officer climbing up on the roof before immediately dropping back down. Potentially because there was concern that the shooter could turn his rifle on the officer. There's no audio from that moment, but some video later captures the officer's immediate reaction to what he saw. Listen to this.
Door's closed, bro. Dude, he turned around on me. Seriously, he was right where you picked me up, bro. He was on that left side.
Now remember, the suspect, the shooter, was able to get several shots off in the moments after that officer climbed the roof, hurting the former president and killing a bystander before he then was killed by a Secret Service sniper. NBC's Tom Winter is all over these late-breaking developments for us. Okay, let's talk us through what we're seeing and hearing, because there's some new insights we're getting based on the conversations between these officers and what this video shows.
Hallie, some of the most important evidence to law enforcement officials when they investigate a crime are the things that people immediately say after something has happened, because it's at that moment that their memory is most clear, that they are reacting in their most genuine way to whatever trauma or shock that they just saw. The video that you played for us and the video that we're looking at now captures a moment. We don't see it because, remember, the body-worn camera is worn at approximately the chest level, so we don't see it as he tries to get up on the roof and immediately drops back down, because according to the Secret Service testimony and the timeline of events, it's 30 seconds after he gets up on that roof where he sees Thomas Matthew Crooks turn to him with his rifle and point at him that he jumps down, radios, and 30 seconds later there are shots fired at the former president. But of course, a lot of this over the past several weeks has been, how could that have even happened? And we heard today from a Butler Township Police Department member in what he says happened in the back and forth with the Secret Service leading up to this event. Let's take a listen, Howie.
I told them they need to post the guys over here. I told them that the Secret Service. I told them that Tuesday. I told them to post guys over here.
Hallie, in addition to that, he later says on the tape that he had a discussion with the Secret Service on Tuesday. So remember, the shooting was on a Saturday. Tuesday, several days beforehand, he's talking to the Secret Service where he says that they should have been posted back there. That back there on the video is behind the building or buildings where eventually Crooks was able to get on top of and fire shots at former President Trump, 8 rounds in total. So that's the reaction that we're getting from police officers in the seconds after this happened. And clearly they were upset that they were even responding to this at all based on what they say. They told the Secret Service. We're still waiting on a response from the Secret Service, but of course we've reached out to them.
Okay, that was a question there, too, because of the criticism now, and we've seen this
Right.
wedge, essentially, between the locals, the state, and the federal officials who are on this. Tom, given your expertise on this story, and as you say, potentially the most important evidence that we have seen since that assassination attempt happened into the investigation into how these security failures occurred, does this raise other new questions? In other words, bring us inside your reporter's notebook. What else now? Like, what other paths does this open up here?
It is critical that we start to get some answers from the Secret Service in this investigation as to who was told what and when. And very clearly there was a walkthrough. This happens all the time. They get everybody involved. If this was in New York City, they'd bring in the NYPD and they'd say, hey, what do you all see as a potential threat or a problem with this building or this street or this avenue? And they go through it and they sit around a table and everybody thinks about what are all the things that somebody could do. Okay, how are we going to cover that? That appears to have taken place here, if we're to believe the officer, in what is clearly an immediate reaction after this event. And so who was he talking to? What was said? And the critical question that I continue to have, actually 2 questions. One, did anybody go back to that building and check, do we have officers where we need them to be? Is the Secret Service where we need them to be? Are we on top of that roof? Who was responsible for checking the math? And then the second question is, it's very clear from the first video, this video that we're looking at right now, that the officer did alert that this person was on the roof, and the fact that there were 2 separate command posts and that information couldn't be relayed real time, I think is going to be a big, big component of this investigation going forward, Hallie.
Tom Winter, important reporting. Thank you very much. Lots to follow on that.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.